We're going to focus on inputs in this video. In the next video, we will focus on the outputs. We have a lot of inputs, so this is going to take a little bit of time to go through them all. And it may be a little bit redundant because we've already been talking about inputs, but repetition is a great way to learn. So let's go ahead and get started. On layer A, we have all of our instruments. Let's just go through those. On the far left, we have the drums. Next to that, we have the bass guitar. Next to that, we have the electric guitar. So EG-1. This is the main guitar, electric guitar player. This is where he is coming through. We use this every single week unless he's not here. Next to that, we have another electric guitar channel. This one is currently not being used, but if we ever wanted to plug in a second guitar, electric guitar, this is where it would come through. Right now it's gray, so it's not currently in use. Next to that, we have AG-1, so acoustic guitar. This is our main acoustic guitar player. We use this channel pretty much every week. We have a second acoustic guitar channel. It's currently not being used, but if we needed to, we could plug up a second guitar and it would come right through this channel. Next to that, we have a channel that just says 8. So that's input 8. It can be for anything. It's not for any specific instrument. If somebody brought their violin or a cello, we could just hook up a microphone or something and run them through that channel. Next to that, we have synthesizer 1. So we have a couple of synthesizers. One is currently on the stage. We've taken the other one down, but we could easily hook it back up and it would come right through that channel. But since it's not being used right now, we have that grayed out. Next to that, we have the piano. The piano is pretty much the backbone of all of our music. This is like probably the most important instrument. We want to make sure we can hear the piano in all of our songs. So this is a very important channel here. That's the piano. Next to that, we have stems. Stems is basically just coming from a computer that is on the stage next to the drums. So anytime they play multi-tracks, so just kind of explain what that is. If, let's say the bass player, because this happens, let's say the bass player is not going to be here. If we have an MP3 of a specific song and we have an MP3 for the bass part, we can play that through this channel. So all the musicians can be playing, the bass guitar, that MP3 can be playing through the stems, and we can still hear a bass guitar in the music to make it sound more fuller. So that's right here is just a computer on stage. Next to that, we have pads. This is basically will come through either a laptop or an iPad or a phone, any kind of device like that that can be connected to a Bluetooth. This is just a device that is on the stage. They can connect to it through Bluetooth and it will come through this channel. Layer B, this is our singing microphones. Far left, we have Vox 1. Vox is just a Latin word that just means voice. So this is microphone number 1. This is the music minister's microphone. Next to that, we have a couple of solo mics. So anytime somebody does like a special song, a solo, it will most likely be one of these two mics, either mic number 2 or mic number 3, unless the person singing is part of the ensemble, in which case they would use their own mic, whichever one it is. So mic 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all of those are the ensemble. Those are their microphones. Layer C, these are the speaking microphones. We have mic number 13. This is the microphone. It's a handheld that's right in front of the stage. At the end of a service, this is often used for members in the congregation that go forward to receive prayer or to join the church or whatever the case may be. That's the microphone that they will most likely use. Next to that, we have the host microphone. Again, this is used for baptisms. It's used for guest speakers. It's also used for a Sunday school class in here. We can use this for whatever we want. It's basically just a lavalier that people can just attach on their shirt. Next to that, we have the music minister's lavalier. We also just call it a lapel mic. So this is the music minister's lapel mic. He uses this to communicate with us up here. You will learn how he communicates with this mic with us up here in another video. Next, we have the pastor's microphone. This is a headset. So this is a headset that he wears. Next to that, we have the pulpit. Again, that's just pretty obvious. It's on the stage. And it's just a microphone that people use for giving announcements, or if something happens to their mic or they don't want to wear a mic, they can just use the pulpit. Next to that, we have some singing microphones. This room microphone is actually two microphones. One is on the left side of the stage, one is on the right side of the stage. Those microphones are facing the congregation. They're pointed at the congregation. but we have them combined together into one channel, kind of a left-right. So if you look at the meter, like you'll see these meters just have one solid meter. This right here has like a split meter. So it's a left and right. The left side of that is the microphone to the left side of the stage. The right side of that meter is the microphone on the right side of the stage. Next to that, we have 3 choir mics. These are microphones that are going across the center of the stage, and they are aimed at the choir. They're just to pick up the choir. Layer D, we have a computer. This computer is over to my right. This is what we use for our pre-service music. We use it for, okay, sorry about that. I just saw a little thing pop up on the computer. All right, so this right here is the left and right audio channels coming out of that computer. But it's also used for playing videos. It's used for special songs. So if somebody is going to be singing a special song, they can bring us a CD. We can convert it to MP3, and we can play it through that computer. But if we can't convert it to MP3, or maybe we're just in a rush and we don't have time to do that, we can just pop the CD into a CD player, and that will come through these 2 channels right here. This is the left and right audio channels coming from a CD player that's just right here to my left off the screen. Next to that, we have a talkback mic. That's this mic right here. It's really important to always try to use this. There are going to be times where you're just going to shout just because it's just easier. But this right here just makes it where you don't have to shout to the people on stage. And why would you want to do that? Well, there's a little bit of distance between here and the stage. And so if we needed somebody just to turn up their instrument, in order for them to hear us, we have to kind of raise our voice. But when you do that, sometimes it can come across as we're being mean or being like demanding or something. It's like, hey, turn up your volume. So to avoid that, we can use this microphone here, and we can just talk in a normal talking voice. All right, next to that, we have a click track. This click track is coming from the same computer as this stems channel. So this stems channel and this click channel are coming from the same computer. It is the left and right audio channels from that computer. So one side, we're sending kind of a click sound, just to keep the tempo of a song. So in their ear, they're basically from this channel, they're just hearing, like tick, 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 tick. It's just a little clicking. And they may hear some voices telling them like verse 1, chorus 1, just to kind of help them know where they're at in the song. We always leave that muted because we don't want that coming through the speakers in the house, in the congregation, and we don't want that to come through our live stream. So that is only in their in-ear earbuds that they're wearing, the musicians on the stage. Next to that, we just have an empty channel. This channel is just a port on the stage that somebody can plug into. It's not being used right now, so it's just grayed out. So those are all of the inputs that we have. There are quite a bit. Next video, we will go over the outputs. There are not that many, so it won't take very long.